In order to compare and order in real numbers, the first example is fill in each circle with greater than, less than, or equal to make a true statement. Well, equal means that it's the same thing. You want to think of a number line, and they have one here drawn out for you. You want to think of a number line. If it's less than, the numbers go to the left, exactly like the arrow says. If it's greater than, the numbers go to the right. Again, exactly like the arrow says. Now you want to get these to be the same decimal. I usually try to make it with 2 decimal numbers so that it's easier to think of money. 3 and 1/5. The 3 is in front of the fraction, so that's a 3 in front of your decimal. 1/5, you can make that become a power of 10 by multiplying it by 2, the bottom by 2. If you multiply the bottom by 2, you have to multiply the top by 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so this is 3.2, and on the other side is 3.2, and those two numbers are the same, so the answer for that one is they are equal to each other. Now 8.1 repeating, again, I'm going to make it with 2 decimals, so it's like dollars and cents. $8.11. The square root of 63 you can do on your calculator. I already figured that out. Let me get it. I think I rounded it. Let me see. 63. I'm going to call that $7.94. Now $8 is larger than $7. If you can't think of it like that, again, like I said earlier, think of a number line. 7 would be here, and 8 would be here, and 8 is to the right of 7. So 8, the arrow has to go to the right of 7. So that's another way of looking at it. Okay, the next one, order each set of numbers from least to greatest. Verify your answer by graphing the numbers on a number line. So the square root of 20, I already figured that out on the calculator, and that is 4.47. .5, well, that one's already a decimal, but I'm going to make it with 2 decimal places, so I'm going to make it 4.50, because again, it's easier to think of money. 4 3/5 is the same as 3/5. You can make the 5 become a power of 10 by multiplying it by 2. You multiply the bottom by 2, you have to multiply the top by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 0.6. So that's $4.60 there. The next one, 4.4 repeating. That's like $4.44. Once you get it figured out in standards of money, like you're easier to think of, then you can go from the smallest to the biggest. So the smallest one would be $4.44. You want to put it on your number line exactly like it was in the original problem. So 4.4 repeating. Okay, the next one is $4.47. So that's the square root of 20. $4.50 would be, so that's going to be 4.5 like it was originally. And then $4.60, I ran out of space, so I'll put it up here. 4 3/5. Once you get that, you can list, it says order from least to greatest, so you just write down the order they appear on the number line from left to right. So 4.4 repeating, square root of 20, 4.5, and 4 3/5. So the number line is part of the answer, and this is part of the answer as well. Okay, so on the next one, -3 is like -$3. -0.6 is like -60 cents. Negative square root of 3 is negative square root of 3. I had it figured out about here, is $1.73. And then negative 2.1 is negative $2.10. Okay, so the smallest one with negatives, the bigger it is, the further away it is from 0. Let's just put 0 over here. So you want to get the smallest one like before, but that's going to be the closest thing to 0. Instead of being further away from 0, it's going to be the closest. So 60 cents is the smallest. So I'm going to put that right here as negative 0.6. Okay, the next smallest one is $1.73. I'm going to skip some spaces. I'm going to put that negative square root of 3. Sorry, my pen's running out here. Okay, negative 210 is negative 2.1. And negative 3 would be right here. So now you have them in order. Negative 3, negative 2.1, negative square roots of 3, and negative 0.6.